Hello, so in this video I'm going to share with you 10 things that you can do while studying abroad in Scotland to make the most out of your time here. So my name's Marisa, I'm 22 and I've been living in Aberdeen, Scotland for the past 4.5 years. I studied international tourism management at Robert Gordon University, and during that time I also studied abroad in Finland for 4 months and also did my internship for a year in California. And I am half Scottish, half Greek, so I'm very grateful for getting to experience like both countries and both cultures in my life. And before we get started in this video, I wanted to quickly mention that there's so much more to do in Scotland, and these things are just some recommendations that you could add to your list just to make the most out of your time here. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Okay, so number one is make friends with locals. At your university, you're gonna meet tons of people from all over the world, from different cultures, and that's amazing. You're gonna also make friends with possibly people from your own country, but it's also important to hang out with people from Scotland so you can learn more about the Scottish culture and even day-to-day things. For example, like you have to stand in the queue for everything, like the bus, the bank and stuff, or learning new Scottish words. And there's just so many benefits of making friends with locals in a new country. When I studied abroad in Finland, I made friends with loads of people from all over the world, especially my flatmates were all internationals, but a lot of my course mates at the university in Finland they were Finnish, so that was amazing. I got to learn so much about their culture and just yeah, also it was easier for me to learn the language because that was actually part of one of my courses, was to actually study the Finnish language. And it was just an amazing experience to just hang out with people from like that country and just learn so much while living there. So number two is go outside and take walks. So what I mean by that is that I often hear from a lot of people, a lot of students especially, that oh, it's so cold outside, or like it's raining, and yes, of course we don't want to go outside when it's pouring down, but if it's just grey and cloudy, just dress up warm, wear layers, take a rain jacket. Scotland, like many other countries, has rainy and cold winters, so I would definitely recommend you just to wear something warm and waterproof, and just don't let the weather stop you from doing things. And also, there have been countless of times when I've been out on a walk or a hike and it started raining, but it only lasted for a few minutes each time and then it got all sunny again. So just, yeah, like I said, always be prepared with rain jackets and layers because you can experience seasons all in one day. Take advantage of the public transport. So many people think that it's impossible to travel without a car, but you can definitely get to so many places by bus in Scotland. Of course, there are the cheap mega buses to get to other cities like Aberdeen, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Dundee, Fife, and so many more places for as little as £2, £5. You can really find cheap tickets with megabus and also stagecoach. But also check out the local bus services. For example, in Aberdeen, you can go all the way into the Cairngorms National Park, visit castles, get to hiking trails, distilleries, other villages, and you can do the same, for example, from Glasgow. You can get the bus to Loch Lomond and Glencoe, and the same applies to all other places in Edinburgh, Scotland. And yeah, you can find more information on the individual bus websites like Stagecoach and First Bus. Okay, so next, explore your university town or city. So I just mentioned about taking public transport and exploring the rest of Scotland, but it's also so important and just such an amazing opportunity to explore where you're staying, where your university is. So by that, of course, I mean visiting the popular spots and the tourist attractions, but I also mean just taking more walks, looking at buildings, looking up, noticing the architecture, and just discovering new places like new parks, new cafes, a walking trail, a nearby forest, viewpoints, you can also perhaps find out more by starting a conversation and asking a local at the bus stop or at shop counter with the business owner, just asking them about recommendations of things to do or things to see, because they might have things that maybe you haven't seen online and stuff. And another way to get to know your town is to follow local social media accounts like travel bloggers that post about hidden gems, places to eat, things to do in the area, and of course the official tourism organisation of that area, for example, Visit Aberdeenshire, Visit Dunfermline, and so on. Next, go to ceilidh. It's one of my favourite things ever. I promise you'll have the best time ever, and I definitely recommend for anyone who's visiting Scotland or living here, or just, yeah, anyone, to go to ceilidh at least once, and you won't regret it. And don't worry about not knowing the dances, they will show you, and a lot of the Scottish people don't even know them either. So it's so much fun, and everyone was just so welcoming, and it's something that everyone should experience at least once. Take advantage of the free attractions. So one of the many great things about Scotland are the free museums. Most museums are free to enter, same goes for the art galleries, and these are just perfect places to go on a rainy day. So for example, you can enter the National Museum of Scotland, Edinburgh, for free, and you could easily spend an entire day there learning so much. Or the art gallery in Aberdeen, for example. And like I said, a lot of attractions in Scotland are free, not only the museums. You can also visit some castles for free, which is actually next on the list. So Scotland's famous for all its stunning castles and ruins. And even though most of them have an entry fee to go inside, you can still explore some, like the castle grounds and the gardens, for free. So that means you can go to all those beautiful castles and take all the photos you want. Of course, I would still recommend to go inside, and a lot of them do guided tours, so you can learn more about the history of them and just more about the Scottish culture. But also, by paying a ticket to enter them, you're helping with the conservation of the castles and the National Trust of Scotland. Next, go on a pub crawl. So pub crawls are so much fun, and you can get to try bars and discover new ones, try different drinks, and just have fun meeting so many new people. And Scottish people are super fun to go on a night out with. Usually universities plan pub crawls, but you can also just find them just organised anywhere online. You'll definitely it won't be hard to find. And especially during freshers, universities and colleges, so it's a great way to make new friends and to just have fun. And also, don't worry, you don't have to drink alcohol, you can just order a soft drink. Next is trying traditional Scottish food. So I would definitely recommend going to a Scottish pub and trying out things like haggis, fish and chips, salmon. There's so many different options, so many really good Scottish foods. And if you're vegetarian or vegan, you can also have the veggie haggis, and there's also a lot of times they offer like, I'm trying to think, white pudding. I don't know why I was trying to remember that. I'm vegan, but I always have like options. I don't really find it hard, to be honest, to be a vegan here. There's always options, and I do love a vegan haggis. That's such a, yeah, I would definitely recommend trying that. Lastly, use the university facilities and services. So obviously every university is different and they offer different things, but just try to take advantage of the library, the printing services, the study pods, hanging out with people in the different common areas, and also just to meet people in these common areas. It's really easy to like kind of sit next to people to study, but there's tons of times I've started a conversation with someone and we've ended up chatting during our lunch break. And then another thing you can do is join the sports club or the societies. There's so many different ones. I mean, there are different in each university, but there's just something for everyone, I believe. Different sports ones like, you know, basketball, cheerleading, volleyball, kickboxing, and the different societies. You get like Harry Potter societies, poetry ones, business, marketing ones, languages, animes, just so many different ones. So definitely something for everyone, and it's just such an amazing way to meet new people, especially when you're new to the university, when you're a fresher, but just generally throughout the years. And it's also an opportunity to just discover possibly like a new hobby. You can try them out, and then if you don't like them, you don't have to keep going. And I just wanted to add that wherever you are, please respect the culture, and things are going to be different, but that's one of the great things about studying abroad or living abroad, is to experience a completely different country and just learn new ways of living and about the culture and about the people. There are going to be things that you don't like, and that's okay. Just you need to have an open mind when you're moving to a new country, and don't judge or criticize that country, and just try to embrace the different things and the new experiences. And if you'd like to see more content about travel and life in Scotland, you can follow me on Instagram. I post all about solo travel, traveling by public transport because I don't drive, about budget traveling. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this.